Welcome to our Meet and Greet Graduate Forum Committee session. We would like to talk about what we do in the committee, about the people behind the scenes, and also encourage you a little bit to get involved since we have elections coming up for actually all the positions except of mine, the Graduate Forum Chair, so we will have a change in generation. And I will start as the Graduate Forum Chair. I will take this opportunity. I am a postdoctoral researcher at the Department of Communication, University of Vienna. So what I am doing in the Graduate Forum, is mostly general management of a graduate forum and planning of activities. I'm also co-editing Crossroads Europe blog. So some of you may know it. It's the blog where we publish the early career researchers and PhDs contributions in the blog form. So feel free to submit something and we will be glad to have your blogs published, not only at the time of the conference, but also afterwards. And in general, I am coordinating the work of our graduate forum. We are planning ahead, so all these tasks are with me. Previously, I was the communications officer, so if some of you have questions about this kind of role, I can also respond to these questions. What I also do is represent the graduate forum in the UASIS committee. And UASIS committee is the general committee of UASIS, which is steering the organization and preparing the events for you, preparing funding for you, and everything what we have in the UASIS. And as a graduate forum chair, I am kind of a liaison officer to make our voices of early career researchers heard in the committee. As a researcher, I do party competition, political communication, taxes, data, and some computational methods. So if you want to chat afterwards about research, you can also let me know. And you can follow me on Twitter or contact me if you are interested in my work or in the work of the Graduate Forum. I will be very happy to answer your questions about the task or let you know who you could ask about the tasks we have. And one thing that I think I forgot to start with, actually, it's my involvement in UASIS. So I've been a member for quite a long time, I think from my first year of PhD. So as you can see now, I'm postdoctoral researcher. I think it's been 5 or 6 years. And I encourage you actually to get involved also in the Graduate Forum and just participate in our events, because I think UASIS is one of a few organizations, and I'm a member of several organizations like all of us. It's one of rare few organizations which really take care of the early career researcher. This is all about me, and I think I can continue with Carlos. Let's see, with Barış, who is our events officer.
So my involvement in the committee is based on looking after the events which cover our conferences, like our annual conference now, and we also do workshops during the year and also other academic and networking events. So, for example, last year we had a research seminar series, and I chaired and organized one of those series on environmental foreign policy, and other committee members chaired and organized other seminar series. And I also look after the on-day logistics of events, lockdown conditions allowed, and running. I'm also responsible for running post-event follow-up with participants, and I also communicate with participants to our events. And within the committee, we collectively develop ideas for future events and research venues that could be used for our events. And this also nowadays this kind of changed to virtual platforms, and we also do this collectively. And I think I gained a lot from the experience of working within the committee. Particularly nowadays, it's quite useful because I'm in the process of applying for some academic jobs, and I always found it difficult to put words about my admin and organizational skills. But throughout this work and this involvement in UAC's Graduate Forum Committee, I gained a lot of useful experience in terms of events management and events organization, and also the ability to work within a small team with tight deadlines and sometimes tight budgets. And also networking is a quite crucial advantage of being a part of UAC's Graduate Forum Committee, because you not only work within your committee, but also in each event that you join, you kind of enhance your network of scholars and early career researchers. And this gives you a lot of opportunity to give some feedback to others, also receive feedback, and at the same time, do some collaborative work with others. And also you get a quite useful exposure to a wide range of research at various stages. So today, for example, and yesterday, we've been hearing a lot from insights from early career researchers, PhD students, and some more established academics. And this applies to many of our other events. And I think this is a very useful opportunity, kind of unique, if I may, to get to know to other research done in your discipline. And a bit more about my research experience. I'm working on the European security and defense policies, and I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Kent. And I'm also working on the crisis management operations of the European Union and NATO. So if anyone is interested in further discussing these, I'm more than welcome to address the questions at the end. And you can see my Twitter handle. Feel free to get in touch. And yeah, hope you enjoy the conference, and looking forward to meet more people.
So we have Lisa is our JCER liaison officer coming next.
Thank you, Olga. And thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's lovely to be here, and still a little bit sorry that we can't all have a wonderful 3D UAC's conference, but it's always just so good to meet and hear through the Graduate Forum events. Just always really enjoy them. So I am the JCER liaison officer. So JCER is an open access journal for contemporary European research, and as part of the Graduate Forum Committee, I'm involved with the small editorial team for the journal, to be there as a kind of rep for early career researchers and PhD candidates. As I think Olga mentioned, UAC's is a really excellent organisation for being very cognizant of the role of early career researchers and the kind of the position of PhD students, and very open to enabling kind of career development and a broadening of networks and things like that. And one of the aspects of that is that the journal of contemporary European research is always very open to receiving research articles and book reviews and shorter pieces from early career scholars. So as part of my role in the committee, I am there and kind of aim to be a contact point for anyone interested in publishing with the journal. So my contact details are there, and you're more than welcome to take them up. I see our slides have perhaps just disappeared.
Disappeared.
Now that's fun.
Let me see if I can share the presentation myself.
Do you have the presentation? That would be wonderful.
Thank
you.
Yes. So keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I'll keep talking. So one of the particular aspects of my work for the JCER, the journal, is that I commission and edit book reviews. Similarly, as I was just saying, book reviews are a really wonderful way to kind of get your foot on the ladder of publications. So if you are a PhD candidate or an early career scholar, that you're working in a particular field, you are inevitably reading lots of scholarship and academic works, and writing a review is a really good way to just get your name published alongside some of the work that you're already doing. Thank you, Carlos. Yes, if you're ever interested in writing a book review for JCER, then please do get in contact, because I'm always willing to get that sorted. Yes, alongside that, my role on the committee is more generally kind of working with my colleagues to also assist in some of the events that we run as a committee, and being involved in that, although they kindly take the heavy lifting in some respects as events officers. But I would say broadly that if you're considering running for one of the positions on the committee, just absolutely go for it. It's a really, really beneficial way to, as Barış was saying, to kind of link into a broader network and to get a wider sense of the world of academia across Europe, and particularly in European studies. I always really appreciate the diversity and the interdisciplinarity that comes through in any events that USC's run and that the graduate forum run. So that's all to say. Don't think twice. Go for it. My research interests are Brexit in Northern Ireland. At the minute, I'm a PhD. I'm about to do my Viva, and I'm a research fellow at Queen's University in Belfast. And I've looked at the impact of Brexit and UK withdrawal on the constitutional status of Northern Ireland, and have a whole lot of interest in the kind of differentiated integration and different arrangements on the edges of Europe, and then also in UK politics and in an Irish context. So if any of that is of interest to you, I'm always happy to have a bit of a Brexit-y chat. Feel free to get in touch. I think with that, I will end and perhaps pass over to Carlos.
Am I on mute or not? Because
You're not on mute.
Great, because I have full screen my presentation. I cannot see your faces. I don't know if Olga came back. I don't know anything. So
I don't think Olga's here, but we can see you and see the presentation. So take it away.
excellent. That's the most important part. Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Carlos Bravo Laguna. I'm a PhD student at the Barcelona Institute of International Studies, IPE, and the Pompeu Fabra University, both of them based in Barcelona. Although I'm currently now in Tübingen in Germany, doing a research stay. We'll be here till the end of the summer, most likely. And the final year of my PhD. I mean, I just received an extension till March, so I will not. I'm not planning to defend before that date, basically. Okay, so I've been working as a joint events officer at the UIC's Graduate Forum Committee since December 2019, as my fellow colleagues Barış and Claire. And basically, my tasks, since Barış already introduced his role at the committee, basically are very similar. We are now attending this Graduate Forum conference, which could not be possible without certain work behind the scenes. You've seen a keynote lecture, which required approaching certain speakers, asking them if they were available. You've been attending a lot of panels. They needed sorting. We needed to approve your abstracts. Seeing whether they were good enough or not. Sorting them into different topics, choosing chairs that could fit into these topics. It's a little bit of work, but at the end of the day, it's not really that much, to be honest. And especially if we look at the benefits of being at the UIC's Graduate Forum Committee, at least for me, they greatly surpass the amount of work that needs to be done. So you also will see me later on in the mentoring session, which I really encourage you to attend. We will have 4 great speakers, already more established scholars, that will be discussing certain aspects that are, the kind of issues, kind of advice that you wish you get at some point in your PhD, but you never, get to meet someone to discuss these things. And now, even more with the pandemic context, is more. I mean, it's really hard to get this sort of feedback. So we thought that this could be a beneficial event for all of you. And yeah, I mean, what else do I do? Already, I think my colleagues talked about the Doctoral Training Academy that takes place around October, November, where, I mean, actually the election for a new generation of committee members will take place. That's also a really nice formative event that, I mean, we, the entire committee organizes, but I mean, particularly myself as events officer, tend to have a more active role in approaching different speakers. I mean, we all jointly decide on which topics we want to talk about, for example, each year. But also this we do based on your feedback and suggestions, increasingly, because I mean, you're actually the people that we are doing this for. So this is actually a really good opportunity. I mean, I really encourage you to say even now in the chat things that you wish to see, things that you didn't see, or even ways that, I mean, you can think that this could be done better. We're not perfect, and these things, I mean, we only can improve by getting feedback on your side. So please always feel free to let us know. What else do I do? Well, besides this, I've been, my research interests cover crisis management. I was actually chairing a panel on this particular topic just a few minutes ago. The European Union, my thesis examines the role of the European Union in the management of different external crises. So yeah, I mean, covering up topics such as European integration, global governance, broadly speaking. You can definitely follow me on Twitter. The account is there, cbravuna. I have seen that my email address is not included in the PowerPoint slide, but it's C as my name, Bravo @ibei.org. Please feel free to pop an email in case you want to talk to me. The biggest benefit that I would say my experience at the USS Graduate Forum has been is networking, definitely. I mean, getting to know different people. The USS Graduate Forum Committee was, I mean, I attended this conference, I think the last one that took place on site in Manchester in 2019, in June, 2 years ago. And I had the chance there to meet a lot of pre-doctoral and early career researchers who had maybe similar interests than I did. And I mean, it's always great to befriend some people, because I mean, it's true that in the pandemic times, it's a bit harder to socialize. It is absolutely necessary to do so. I mean, at least for me, I mean, I consider a very important part of my PhD also sharing my thoughts with other colleagues, and maybe they have other questions for me as well. So yes, I attended the Graduate Forum back then, and now it's a bit harder to socialize in these online events. But please, don't be shy and go ahead. And other benefits of being in the Graduate Forum that I can talk about. I'm talking a lot actually, but whatever. Other benefits that we could find about the USS Graduate Forum. Well, think about, let's be clear, think about your CVs, for example. In a few months or a few years, you will soon be applying for jobs, and you, I mean, would be in a better position. You can say that you have something that positions yourself, I mean, differently to other candidates, right? Because most of us, I mean, when we get to the end of the PhD, we have already a PhD thesis finished, and I'm sure we have lots of things to say about our own topics, but it's always great to say that we have some experience at event organization or at editing, etc. Maybe this could have an advantage for any recruiting committees that we might be approaching. We can say, well, hey, in addition to this, I did these other things. And to be honest with you, it's not that much time. It doesn't take up that much time. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I definitely would stand again for election if I went back 2 years in time. And so I totally consider you to apply and stand for the election that will take place in a few months in October. So yeah, I think I talked a lot. So now maybe the audience has some questions, or Olga wants to say something. I don't know. So I will just hand over the floor.
Thank you, Carlos. I'm sorry I had some connection issues, but as you see, this is a good thing about working in the team, as Carlos was able to proceed with the presentation. Thank you all. I was able to hear you, but not to see you, and you are not able to see me, but we are back. So yeah, as everybody said, the elections are upcoming in October, and actually we also have another graduate forum event that I forgot to mention, and I think none of us mentioned so far. Usually during the general conference, we have a graduate forum get together and also a graduate forum panel. So like every year for the last few years, we started with a mentoring panel similar to the one we have today. But depending on the situation, sometimes it's split mentoring where you can talk to people face-to-face, or it's kind of a panel where you can ask questions. And we encourage you as well to, especially now in the virtual times, if you are attending the general conference, please do come to our panel. Usually it's a very interesting and fruitful discussion, and once again, you get to know senior academics who get involved. So I think it's a more face-to-face informal communication usually than the mentoring forum mentoring panel we have afterwards. So just check it on the program, and we might organize some other virtual get-together as I used to during the last months. Okay, thank you very much for attending, for being here virtually. And thanks to all my colleagues, friends from the UASys Graduate Forum Committee. So I would like to thank you for all the presentation and answers, and for all your great job as well in the preparation of our conference.